Hi, I'm the Director of Innovation at Lexmark, named Scott Castle. I want to talk to you about a platform that we've been developing for the last couple of years and recently partnering with Edge Impulse on really bringing more value to that platform. Lexmark may be a brand that you know, but I want to talk a little bit about Lexmark because I think it's past is prologue. It informs where you've been and where you're going. So who is Lexmark? Lexmark in a nutshell. In the 1950s, IBM established a printer manufacturing facility in Lexington, Kentucky. Typewriter manufacturing facility in Lexington, Kentucky. That facility manufactured millions and millions of Selectric typewriters, kind of a mainstay in the office environment for a half century. Lexmark moved into impact printing, into then non-impact printing, laser and inkjet technologies. Today, a large portion of our business is really around managed services. So we provide globally printing and imaging solutions to Fortune 2000 companies. We're of course based in Lexington, Kentucky. We have about 6.8 million devices active in the world today. About 1.2 million of those are part of our managed print services offering. Again, a global leader in the printing and imaging business. 9 of the 10 largest retailers are Lexmark customers, 10 of the 10 global pharmacies, 8 of the 10 global banks, and 8 of the 10 top global manufacturers. So it gives us a great place to instantiate edge technologies with our partners as a trusted IT provider. We are a technology-driven company. We inherited all these intellectual assets from IBM years ago. That's persisted to this day, where we own the polymers, we own the embedded systems, we own the optics, we own the mechanisms for building printers at scale. And these are the intellectual assets that we leverage as Lexmark to build solutions for our clients. We have a lot of in-house capability for testing and measuring, including things like self-declaration for FCC compliance, which is interesting, I think, in the context of some of the wireless communication things we've talked about. You look at the humble office printer in abstract, and I mentioned the 6.8 million printers. Each of those printers has tens, if not maybe 100 different sensors on it for measuring velocity of paper through the process, the temperature of the fuser, the color calibration. There's all kinds of sensing going on inside the mechanism to maintain quality and experience. We then connect that to our cloud, to our managed print services offering. We bring security, we bring embedded solutions, we bring a lot of other feature function, automated supplies fulfillment, digital thread technologies, digital twin technologies. That enables us to be most cost effective at managing this distributed fleet of devices. So we were kind of doing IoT and Edge before it was cool. We've been doing it for about 20 years. So in my role in innovation, in the ventures organization, these are great assets to be able to bring to bear to create new solutions for our clients. Print's a fantastic business. We're outperforming the market year after year, but it is a declining business. So we're looking for growth drivers. And the growth drivers are, again, leveraging those same intellectual assets that I talked about prior. We have the Optra family of solutions, which is our Edge and IoT platform. Of course, we like to view them as a continuum of delivering value across the use cases, but we can actually deliver them independently as an Edge offering and as an IoT platform. In the context of this audience, I want to talk more about the Edge offering and what we do. We're focused on retail, manufacturing, transportation, and healthcare, mirroring where the strength of our core business is, but also expanding into use cases that we see a lot of value in with other clients. So I used this slide a minute ago before IoT and Edge before it was cool. But what does it look like now that it is cool? So we've taken and stripped away the mechanism from our embedded systems and built a general purpose light edge gateway system for deploying artificial intelligence applications at scale for enterprises. That's really where we're focused with our platform. We bring the hardware, the firmware, the security, the operating system, break fix, continuity of supply, all of the service and support that enterprises need to be able to maintain continuity of their operations over the long term. We, of course, connect to many different commercial off-the-shelf sensing technologies to perform these purpose-built applications. The applications take the form of a Docker container. So if you can build a Docker container, you can build an application, deploy it to an enterprise at scale through our system. We put a lot of effort into really bring a consumer-like experience to the application deployment and device management pieces of things. We really wanted to be something that was easy to use for those types of clients. In addition, as I alluded to, if you can build a Docker container, you can build an app for Optra. We, of course, build these applications for purpose-built things, and we work with a number of third parties to build applications for our system. These actual use cases are things that, again, should be very familiar to this audience, things that you've seen today: heat mapping in retail, sentiment analysis, demographic analysis. The use case in the middle is the one that Zach talked about this morning, where we deployed these technologies in our own manufacturing facility in China. We had 13 different models of printer going down the manufacturing line. We need to make sure they were built correctly with the right labels and logos and bezels and covers. This use case, it broke even in 5 months for us. And on this one manufacturing line, we identified 19 additional use cases where we could take the machine and substitute it for human visual inspection. So for us, that's just another container on the system until you run out of bandwidth. So really, really great story for us in dogfooding our technology, showing return on investment, and then extending that obviously to our manufacturing clients that are part of the Lexmark portfolio. We're developing use cases in workplace safety, patient monitoring, next generation firewall applications for unattended transactions. Aspirationally, we're working toward the smart building space. Certainly the oil and gas sector is of great interest to us, along with insurance, as a burgeoning IoT set of use cases. Zach alluded to this morning some work we've been doing with Edge Impulse over the past, I don't know, probably been close to a year, Sheena, I think, since our first introductory call. But what we call this is skills builder. So we really excel with the core Optra offering at application deployment and device management and fleet management. That's really where we excel. Skills builder is really the automation of building the Docker container that we can push to a fleet of devices. Whether that be one or whether that be 1 million devices. We'd be able to push those devices out to enterprise to do this purpose-driven job. So it's a whole scalable, automated pipeline for our Optra hardware, everything from ingesting of data to deploying at scale. We think it's unique because of the vertical integration of our hardware, software, security, very focused on delivering value, cost-effective value to operational problems like heat mapping in retail, but then using our credibility as an IT provider to make the CIO comfortable. That you have something that's secure, robust, and extensible. Graphically, kind of what I just talked about is the whole pipeline from ingesting of the data to selecting a model, training the model, testing and simulation, deploying at scale, back through the system. So we think this is a really, really unique offering. We think we can create a lot of value for our customers. We think that this delivers speed to prototype, a very seamless move from prototype into scaled production. You can really maximize the investment in your hardware. You're going to get the most out of it. And it's a continuous improvement path because you can rebuild a model, retrain a model, redeploy a model, all through the same mechanisms. So we're excited to partner with you. If you've got enterprise class problems, use cases that need a deployment mechanism, that need device management, fleet management, and leverage the Edge Impulse tools, we'd love to talk to you more about that. Thank you.